Okay. So, we have started discussing about the pandas. So as we discussed yesterday, Panda is the open source library. It's not a part of a standard library, Python standard library. When I say Python standard library, means what? The sys OS is included in the standard library, right? So it's not a part of that. So we need to import it externally. Python library used for data analysis and data manipulation. So as we know that we can create a data sets like a data frame and series. Okay, you can see it here. Like we can create a series and data frame. It's a one-dimensional data type, as we discuss 1D data, and it's a 2D data table-like structure. Also, we can create a 3D like structure, but mostly majorly the series and data frame being used. And also, we have created a data frame using a different method using this list of tuples. Okay, where we had data and we had a column information, and we just pass this data and column information to this pd.dataframe function, and it has created this data frame. Similarly, we had created the data frame using this dictionary. Okay, in the dictionary, we have a keys and values. So this is what the key will be considered as a column, and this is what the values we have. Okay, so it will be considered as a value, and it will create a table based on this dictionary. Okay, not table, data frame. Okay, and this is what the information we passed, and it has created the a data frame. This is what we have seen. Then again, the third data frame we have created using this file information. Okay, so we had a CSV file. Using that CSV file, we just created one data frame. Okay, so you can see it here. This is what the data frame is there. We just need to use the pd.read CSV, this read CSV function, and using this, it will read the CSV. So there are some other options as well, parameters that we can see. Kunal, can you please mute yourself, guys? Okay. So, so we read the CSV as a data frame. Okay, and there were some type of like data type in pandas, that is int 64, object, float, and all. Okay, then we have gone through some functions, like if you want to see the columns, the data types of each columns, kind of a describe, right? And the index, the size of the this data frame. Okay, means number of rows, how many rows are there, and there is a byte info, byte size or something is there. Okay, so it will give the memory, what memory it will allocate. Okay, then apart from this, we have seen this shape method as well. So it was giving us the rows and numbers. But if we want rows only, then we can use the, like it was giving the tuple like things. So if we want to access the first arguments, then we can use this shape, and we can access the first index value, that using this 0 and 1. Okay, so it will return as the number of rows, it will return as the number of columns that is present in the data frame. Then it was checking whether it's empty or not. Then we read the different file, check the data types. Okay, yeah, and we were checking one of the function like as type. So it will be used for the type conversion. So if we want to convert the data type of any of the column, then we can use this as type function. Okay, so we will discuss about this. Okay. So did anyone check, like yesterday we were not able to change the data type of the column. So did anyone got a chance to check this? Is anyone
Yes,
tried
sir.
changing
Yes,
the,
sir.
so is it
But
work?
not able to.
Not able to change. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
We'll see that. No worries. Okay. Then we read the second information, like employee info CSV. Then we discuss the head function, tail function. So by default, it was returning the 5 records. Tail, it was returning the 3 records. Then we discussed the I location. Okay, I location means what? Index location, using which we can fetch the number of rows and number of columns. Okay, range of rows, range of columns. Similarly, if we want to fetch the multiple columns by its name, then we can give this PD, means whatever our data frame name, and then we can give the column that we want to fetch. Okay, the I location, this was there. Yeah, so we were trying few things, right? So the number of rows and like entire data set with number of columns, which columns you want, second column, third column, it's a index position. Okay, the same thing if you want to do it with a location with this column name, we were trying this syntax, and with the number, if you want I location, then we can use this syntax. Okay, so there are some sort values, duplicate, some other functions are there related to the data frame that we'll be discussing today. Okay, so this is what we discussed till now. Copy this and just say import pandas as PD. Why we are writing this as PD? We can simply say import pandas as well. Okay, this is, we can skip it. But wherever we were using the PD, you just need to use the pandas. That will also work. Okay, so even if I write this, it will work. Okay, see. So, okay, so some of you are not able to join. Why you guys are able to join? Some of you are not able to join. Okay, so what I mean to say is like it's a kind of, we are giving the alias, okay, short description PD. When you say PD, you can use the PD here. That's it. Understood, right? It's a library we are using. For library, there are some methods, functions that we are using it here. Correct? So, and yesterday we were trying this. Okay, when we say not this one. Okay, here you can see the customer. This is this the what we can say the data type of it, right? Integer 64 object and all. And so yesterday we were trying something, right? So let me copy that things as it is. Where is that? This one is also there. This is also a part of syntax. Okay, so multiple columns converted. Okay, so what we have to do is, we were doing some mistake here. And let me copy this. And also there was one more thing. So let's say suppose I want to change the data type of what. Let me just comment it out. Copy this, paste it, and you need to give the column here for which you are going to change the data type. Let's just suppose I'll be changing the data type for name, right? So write name here. and just give this data frame what you're going to change the data type for. Just give that column name, okay, single quote as type, and let's just suppose string. Okay, let's do this and execute it. Okay, string, it is taking from the Python. String 64, do we have? String 64 is not there. Okay, so if you see it here, it's changing the data type. You can see it here. For name, it is the object, it's a Python. Yesterday, what was happening? We had a null value in the data frame, in that data frame. Okay, and if we have null value in the column, then we will not able to change the data type. So we should remove that null values, or else we can replace the null value with something else, means some other value. Okay, so if it is a null value, we should change it to some default value or something, then we will be able to change the data type of it. Okay, so even I'll be changing the values data type for product price as well. So earlier it was integer, now it is changing to float 64. Okay, so as type function is that. Okay, understood? Clear as आपको?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we were, I think, doing some small mistake here. So that's the reason we were not able to use that as type function. Okay, fine. So this is what we discussed till now. Okay, so yeah, so there is one more kind of a data like structure. You guys are able to join the meeting, right? Without any problem?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Excuse me, sir. Ruchika here.
Yes, Ruchika.
Hello. Am I
Yes, Ruchika, I can hear you.
Sir, I think means it may be a silly question, but here in the output, we can see gender is object. So we can change this data type as well, right?
Yeah, but object itself, it's presenting to the string.
Yeah, huh. Yes.
So, so that is fine. Like even if we use the object, that is also fine. It's no
Yeah,
worries.
means it's just about gender, but for example, any XYZ column would be there and it's object. Then we can change the object to that particular data type as well, right?
No, object is a data type here. This is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It's not the object itself, like integer, it is the object.
Okay.
But can we change that data type even with a different data type she's asking, even while?
Yes, we can change it. And even while creating the data frame, we
Mm-hmm.
can give the data type what you want. Okay,
Ah, yes.
that we will discuss. So here, what is happening? It is, it is taking the data type as per its understanding. But what if you want to give your own data type while creating the data frame?
Okay.
Uh,
Understood.
Got it right? So that
Yes.
also we can do, but we'll see that how we can do it. Okay,
Understood.
we'll see
Yes.
that.
Yep. Thanks, Anuja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, what happens is in pandas, for object they are calling it as a string, but when I make it as a string, उसने python का ले लिया, but pandas में object ही उसको बोलते हैं, मतलब even if you want to pass the string, it's what we can say, it's a object only. String and object, it's a similar one in pandas. That's the difference.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So I think we are good. So we'll discuss this series. Okay. Good. Series is the one-dimensional structure. Okay, series is the one-dimensional. You can say it's a structure. Okay, so I think this one D. Okay, like data. Okay, so we can say that it's a kind of a single column in which we have whole information. Okay, so when we have a table, we have a multiple columns with some rows, but it will store the data in a single a column like structure. Okay, and how we can create this series. So we can create the series. Well, first of all, we need to import the pandas library as PD. And let's suppose if you have a small data set, let's suppose city data is equal to, and in the list, I have the list of cities. Okay, so now I want to create, based on this data, I want to create a series. Okay, so the same option is there. Let's suppose series cd something is equal to pd dot series. Okay, and then data is equal to what? ct data. Okay, that's it. There are some other the arguments as well. We'll discuss that. And I'll be printing this series. Okay, let's see. So what is happening here? It's creating the series, means single column like structure, and it is adding what? It's adding the index values. The I location 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct?
Yes.
Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is what it is adding. And we are on this. So apart from this, what all parameters are there while creating the series that we want to see? Okay. So if you visit this pandas, the yesterday's website, okay, I'm talking about the yesterday's website. If you go to this website, go to the documentation, user guide, and here, yeah, go to the series. Okay, so let me share this link with you. Okay, so what all things are there? You can see for series, there is no column. Okay, we can't give the column. But if you see this website, I hope you're able to see the website.
No, sir.
No, let me share it again.
Now, yes, sir.
Okay. So I have shared this link with you. It's an official pandas link. Okay, so you can see it here, data. So data, we have given this information. If you want to create an empty series, you can say none or you can skip that as well. There is an index. You can give your own index. Okay, and you can access it by using the location log function. There is ilog, and like similar is the index location. Data type, if you want to give the data type, you can give the data type and name. Okay, so this is what the syntax of it. Okay, let me copy it. You
What
can
is
keep
that index none will do? It will not give the index values on the.
It will go for the default index. It will not take the indexes here. If you don't want to give your index, default index, it's creating with what? It's creating with 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like, okay. So when I just copy on this, okay, so let me just keep as it is. And what we'll do is we'll simply create the index with some things, okay. So data is this. If you want to create an empty index, how you can create it? Simply, you just need to say print and just give hash here. So we'll be able to see series empty something, and don't pass anything here, or else you can say none, or even if you do not pass anything, it should create an empty series. Okay, print of what? Print of this series name. Okay, just execute it. So see what is happening. It's creating the empty series. Correct? Understood? Even if you do not pass this offset, so one, say one, print it. It's a similar one. Okay? Understood? So and same thing is applicable for the data frame as well. Okay, we can create an empty data frame as well. So we were discussing this part. Let me have it as a comment.
Sir,
Yes, Ankita.
so what is the use case of empty series or data frame?
Empty series, if you want to a kind of a variable that, if you want to assign something to that. Okay, so initially I have created the empty series. Okay, and there is another series in which you are doing some performing some operation. So if you want to assign that values to that empty series, we can do this a kind of, or
Kind
else,
of a placeholder.
yeah, placeholder. Correct.
Okay, okay. Got it.
So yeah. So, data type, yeah. So I was discussing about data type, right? While creating this data type, means while creating this series or the data frame, we can give the data type. Okay, you can see the data type is what? Object, correct? But if you want to give your own data type here, you can just give that data type. Okay, so D type, it's not a data type. D type is equal to, let's say suppose, if I say string, it may be take the Python string. Okay, so it's taking the string as a data type. Means what type of a data if you want to create. And same is applicable for the data frame as well. Okay, we'll see that example as well. So this is what the D type. Name, if you want to give the name to the series, you can give it. Okay, so see here, it is not having any name or something. But if you want to give the name to that series, we can give the name as well. Okay. So name is equal to, let's say suppose, city info something. When I execute it, you can see the name is what? City info, data type is what? String. So it's not a name of that column, okay? It's a name of that series. It will be used to, we can create the, what we can say, we can create the data frame based on the series. So in that case, we can use that, this name is helpful. Okay, got it right?
Sir, series work like a list.
Series is series work like a list. It's not a work like a list. We can create a series using the list, but it is not working as like a list. Because Series, we can create it using the different factors. Like we can create it using the list, using these means iterables like tuple. Even also we can create a series with arrays. Okay, so in the NumPy there is something called, with the help of array we can create this series. So series you can consider as of now, it's a kind of a single column. Means in table we have a multiple columns and multiple rows, right? So series, it's kind of a single a column. In table, if I have a single column, what will happen? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And apart from this, there is something called index. Okay, so even if I copy this as it is, there will be no difference in the index values. Okay. So see, it's starting with what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, likewise. But if you want to give your own index, for this, if you want to give your own index, okay. So let me copy this and paste it here. I won't be trying the other details. Okay, so let me, I don't want this index. How many values are there? So 3 and 3, 6. So I'll be giving some different values here. So let's say suppose CT1. Okay. It's kind of a label as well. Okay. CT2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 and 6. Let's suppose I have given this index. It's a kind of a label. So what is happening here? So instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we are getting the index value, that is CT1, CT2, CT3, CT4, CT5, CT6 likewise. Correct? Understood?
Yes, sir.
But its index internally, its index is there. Okay, so there are two functions. Yesterday we discussed one function, that is I location, index location. Okay, so if I print, copy this and dot I location. So if I print 1, what will happen? It will print what? The first city, that is Mumbai. Okay, sorry, it's the second one, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Means its index is there, but this is what the kind of a labeling we are giving, label. Okay, and if you want to access it, okay, so for I look,
Whatever the label we are giving for the index, the backend it takes as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 only.
correct, correct. Okay, for I location, it will not take the label. If you want to access it by the using the label, okay, so we have it as a comment. Correct, Vanaja. Okay, and here there is a location function and execute it. Okay, so see it here. It is accessing what? CT1. Means if you want to access the value by label, that is that we have given. So what is happening here? We can access it using which function? The location function, correct? Location of CT1 and execute it. So you will be able to see. Location of CT1 is what? Pune. CT1 is mapped to what? Pune. CT2 Mumbai. CT3 Nagpur. CT4 Hyderabad. CT5 Delhi. CT6 Bhopal. Correct? Understood? But what I'm trying to say is, in the background, there is index is still there. It's not like index will be removed. If you want to still access the value using this index, you can use this iLocation function. Clear as आपको? Good. And it's not a string value. You can give any other value as well. Okay, 2, 3, 5, 6, whatever you want to give, you can give it as part of index.